Hello guys and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this bendy hose rig in Blender 2.83. Now this is a very useful kind of rig. It has two control points like you can see here. One is a base control and one is an end control. And then you have this bone in the middle that's being manipulated by these two. It's super easy to do. It's one of the easiest rigs you can do for the amount you get out of it. Like you could do rotation on these little controllers and you can move them around. And both of them can be rotated like this and affect the middle spine bone. And I made you can make them as high as you want. You can see here is another example. I made one here where I made it really long. So I go to my pose mode. Here's an example. So you could use this for a lot of things. I primarily use these when I do character limbs, like really stylized characters. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this. It's going to be a quick tutorial, very easy. I hope you guys like it. Implement it in your workflow and show me what you can make. So let's get into a new scene in Blender. So what I'm going to do is I'll just enable my screencast keys for you guys so you can see what I'm pressing down here. Okay, so I'm just going to go A to select everything and then X and delete. So we just have a nice clean scene here in Blender. I'm going to go Shift A and let's go down and add in an armature. Okay, so we've added in an armature and by default it's going to make it an octahedral one, I think. So if you go here to your bone settings and you go to viewport display, yeah, it should be an octahedral. But whenever we're doing these sort of, this kind of rig with bendy bones, we need to make it B bones. So you can see here B bones, which stands for bendy bones. You can click on that. And here we have a bendy bone. So just like when we're working with any sort of mesh or a cube or some primitive object in Blender, it's the exact same with the rigs. We want to go into an edit mode. So you can come up here just like you usually do, and you can go into your edit mode, just like anything else. The only difference is you're not cutting any sort of mesh or adding in vertices, anything. What you're doing is extruding points and placing in bones. So what we're going to do is grab this little nub on the end here, and we're going to go G, Z, and just bring it down to something like this. And then what we're going to do is with this little nub selected, we're going to go E to extrude, and we're going to hit Z just to extrude up. And these two bones are connected. So if I were to grab this and move it, you can see they are connected. And so I'm going to grab this guy, go G, Z, and you want to move this as high as, or the length of the object you want to rig with it. So I'm just going to go something like that just as an example, maybe even a little bit less down to here. And then I'm going to go E to extrude one more time and hit Z and just make another little nub. Now these two little nubs are both connected to this guy here, and they're going to be controlling it. But what we want to do is grab this guy at the top, and we want to go Alt P, and we want to clear the parent, and we're going to go Alt P, and we want to disconnect the bone. So this needs to be its own separate bone, okay? But these two will still be connected. Now what we can do to make things a little bit easier in a viewport, if you go Control Alt S with this bone selected, you can scale it in like so. Okay, you can see what I'm doing, so we can make it a little bit thinner. So these control points it just looks a bit more visually pleasing to me personally. And if you can see, if you were to grab this and actually just hit S by itself, this would happen. That's why we go Control Alt S whenever we want to mess around with the thickness of our bones. Okay, but at the moment, before we add in our constraints, we want to make sure we can add some divisions to this bone. So what we're going to do with this bone selected, let's go to our bone properties here, go down to the bendy bone options, and we want to add in some segments, because right now if we were to move these around, this thing isn't going to be able to bend because it doesn't have any segments to it. So let's come in here, come to the segments under the bendy bones, and let's increase the segments. Now you can make this whatever you want, depending on how much geometry you have to deform. If you have something that's got a lot of detail, I'd suggest maybe something like 32 is usually quite a good number for me. So I'm going to just type in 32. And this is all of our bones placed as they should be, and that is all good. So let's now go into our pose mode. Now in our pose mode, we can do either two things. We can animate or we can add constraints and properties to our bones. So what we're going to be doing now is adding constraints. What we want to do is we want to select this bone here first. Holding in Shift, we want to select the bone that it's going to be controlling. It's going to be affecting this bone. So this one is going to be in the hierarchy of our constraints. Then we're going to go Shift Control C. That's going to open up this tab, and we're going to go and give this guy a stretch 2. So if we grab this controller now, we go G, you can see this guy is stretching along. And if we grab this guy at the bottom, it's also stretching along. But at the moment, there's only one thing that's not quite there yet. If we rotate this guy, you can see it rotates. But if we grab this guy at the top, it's not going to rotate. So now what we're going to do is come over here into our bone properties panel here. And we want to come down to this little section here where we see start handle and end handle. Now, one thing I did forget to do, but it's not hard to do, is just quickly rename these bones. So let's just go up to, with this guy at the top selected, And over here under our bone properties, just go to the top here and let's call this guy end. So it's our end controller. Grab the guy at the bottom and just call it base and hit enter. And you can call this one in the middle or something if you wanted to. I usually just call it mid or spine or something. So what we're going to do is with this guy selected, because it has the constraint added to it, we're going to come here to our bendy bones. Under our bendy bones tab, if you go down, you're going to see a start handle. We want to take the start handle setting here. We want to make it absolute. And we want to select this bone called base, the first one. Then we want to grab the second one here below it, and we want to make it absolute as well. And over here, we're going to come and grab that end bone. So now if we grab this guy, not only can we move it, we can also rotate it, which gives us a lot more control. And this one at the bottom can also do that. So this is an extremely useful little rig. Now, one little tip I can give you guys, because I found this out the hard way, because I'm using the Blender 2.8 free alpha, something is different. So now if you select all your bones, once you've moved them around in your viewport, you can no longer go Alt-G, Alt-R, and Alt-S to put things back into their original place. So what you have to do is hit F3 in your number pad, and you have to type in clear pose transform. So type in clear pose transforms and hit that, and everything will go back to where it originally was. So that's a little tip for you guys. So let's just quickly add something to this. It's just something I want to do. So let's come into our front view here, and now it's important that you go into object mode again so you can add something in, and we're going to go Shift A. Go to our mesh options. I'm going to add in a UV sphere. I'm just going to scale it down, something like this. Tab into edit mode. Grab these vertices at the top, and this is just a quick little example of how it's useful. I'm going to go Control R, just add in a whole bunch of loop cuts here, double click, tab out of edit mode, go Control A, and just apply the scale on that. So now if I select this rig here, holding in Shift, select the cylinder here, the capsule, and then holding in Shift, select the rig, you can go Control P, and we're going to go down to with automatic weights. So now if we grab our rig here, and we go into our pose mode, and we actually move it around, you can see it is actually deforming this mesh. And this, like I said, is a very useful thing. You could use this for a worm animation. It's more practical for stylized animations. It's not something I would use for like a very realistic character, but I do use it a lot in some of my work and my characters. It can be used in a ton of things. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful. And if you do, make something cool with it, put it into your workflow. I will not be making this available on the Patreon page because it's such a basic thing. It's not even worth clogging up my Patreon page with this sort of thing. So I'm just gonna leave it at this, and I hope you guys are able to make something cool with it. I'll see you guys for another tutorial coming up real soon. Later.